Hi there guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going over 3 unique tips on how you can find investors in 2021. Now when it comes to finding investors, it can be very difficult, but once you've found a really good investor, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. And there's loads of boring tips and tips that don't necessarily work when it comes to finding investors, just the traditional LinkedIn search or networking events. They're all still really good methods, but it's very good to find some new unique methods that not a lot of people are doing in order for you to capitalize and get some more investors. So in today's video, we're going to be going over 3 tips on how you can find some really good investors, and they're not crazily creative, but they are very, very effective. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So for tip number 1, this is the Google and LinkedIn search, and this is very, very simple and quite self-explanatory. So essentially what you want to do is pick a specific industry. So whether that's in investment, whether that's in medical or accounting, any industry really. And what you want to do is you want to type that into Google, and essentially a lot of companies will come up. Now what you can do to kind of filter it into even more depth is pick a country. So places such as Dubai, Hong Kong, Sweden. So once you've done this and you've specifically picked a different industry you want to hit, so say for example you wanted to do private equity and investment in Dubai, you pop that into Google and a load of companies will come up, because obviously that's how Google essentially works. And what you want to do from there is you want to essentially type that company in to LinkedIn, and then once you've searched that up into LinkedIn, again, it doesn't work for every company because not every company is on LinkedIn, but sometimes that company will come up on LinkedIn as they've got their own business page. And essentially what it does is it has a list of all their employees that work at that company who are also on LinkedIn. So that way you can target them and message them. So again, just to kind of go through it again and again, I'll put a video on the screen on how I do it, just so you kind of understand how you can actually do it. So the first thing you want to do is type in a company onto Google. And again, this could be like an investment firm in Dubai, for example. And then once you've done that, you then want to type that company name into LinkedIn, where hopefully it'll come up on LinkedIn search as their company page. And then after that, basically you just want to click on a few buttons within LinkedIn that you should also see in the video. And essentially it'll give you a whole list on the people that work for that company that are also on LinkedIn. Now the steps after this are pretty simple. You essentially just want to connect with these individuals, wait for them to connect back with you, and then maybe wait a few days or so just to reach out to them, send them a really nice personalized message, and then just get to know them. Now the best thing about this is it's essentially giving you direct access to these specific individuals, and if you've done your due diligence correctly, you'll know that for the specific industry that you've picked, they're going to be high paying jobs, which essentially would be great if you are looking for investors. And just to almost add on to that, another really good thing about LinkedIn as well is once you've connected with someone, towards the bottom of their profile they should have their email address and their phone number. Again, not every individual will have this, but more than likely a lot of people will have their email and phone number at the bottom. So obviously you can message them on LinkedIn or email them or potentially even phone them up. Again, it just comes down to how you would prefer to work with your investors. So yeah, that's tip number 1. It's a very, very powerful tip, and it's definitely a very long process in the fact that you need to be willing to find these companies, connect with these specific individuals, message them, and that's where a lot of the rejection is going to come, when they don't respond to you or you don't necessarily convert them into an investor. That's the most difficult part, but over time, once you've done that, then it'll definitely pick up. So now then, tip number 2 is the Facebook groups. And again, I think I've spoken about this in another YouTube video. However, this is so effective and you need to be doing it. So again, this tip is pretty self-explanatory. However, the main key thing you want to be doing is not specifically joining property groups. So, say for example, you're looking for investors for property and you're looking on a property group page, there will be investors on there, but the type of investors you want are probably not the ones on that specific page, because again, it's going to be oversaturated. Everyone's looking for investors on there. And basically you want to be finding the investors that maybe know a bit about property, but it isn't really their bread and butter. So the tip for this one is to essentially join as many groups as you can. There's thousands of groups on Facebook, but just not industry specific. So again, say you're based in property and you're looking for investors to fund your projects, I wouldn't always rely on going into property groups. Some of them can be really good and I definitely wouldn't rule them out, but I'd look into other groups as well, such as investment groups, angel investor groups, business groups in general, or you could be very industry specific in the fact that, not the industry you're in, but the industry they're in. So, it could be medical, accounting, there's thousands of groups out there. I can promise you that there will definitely be a group for every industry. So say for example, you went onto a medical group. Again, this is really effective because in the medical industry, more than likely it's quite a high paying job. So then this basically allows you to see every individual who is in that group. you can personally connect with them. And then again, kind of like the last one with the LinkedIn, have that direct message with them and basically see how it goes from there. So again, that's tip number 2, and that's essentially just joining very unique Facebook groups, not specifically industry related to the same industry you're in. Obviously, it might have to be industry related in terms of, whether it's, medical, accounting or business, but if you're just in property and you're trying to get investment for your property deals, don't always rely on property groups because, as good as they are definitely oversaturated. I definitely wouldn't say, just cut them out. What I'd say is, incorporate a few more, try and be a bit more creative in terms of the different groups you join. So, whether that's business, investment, angel investors, medical, accounting, there's so many groups out there that you could potentially join. And then kind of like the last one with the LinkedIn, both of these are very good because, you can get that direct message straight to the investor, but it definitely is a long process. You can't really convert a high quality investor overnight. It's definitely going to take some time. And tip number 3 is not necessarily a tip on how to find investors, but it's more or less a tip on how to convert them. And essentially it's trying to sell yourself without selling yourself to the investors. So essentially, what do I mean by this? And it's quite a difficult concept to understand in the fact that, you want to sell yourself to the investors, but you don't want them knowing that you're selling yourself to them. So it's quite a difficult concept in that scenario, but essentially what you're trying to do is essentially jumping on that phone call with that individual. So, say for example, you've done that LinkedIn or that Facebook thing. Essentially, once you've managed to get on that phone call, which is the most important thing, and that's where, 99% of the time you are able to convert them, you want to make sure that on that call, you're not coming across too salesy, as essentially it's just going to scare off the individuals that you're on the phone with. Now, when I say salesy, what I mean by this is, not pitching yourself to them. Essentially, what you want to do on the phone call is, just treat it like an introduction call. So, let them speak about what they do, then you kind of go on to speak about what you do and see if you kind of have any common ground. You're not necessarily trying to pitch them anything or pitch them your deal. Say for example, you've got a project that you need investment from. You don't really want to be bringing that up in this conversation. You essentially just want to let them know what you do. So essentially you don't want to be pitching that project forward, but essentially what you want to be doing is talking about the career you're in, what you're currently doing, and essentially that's everything. And then by doing that, the person you're on the call with will understand the kind of industry you're in, and they might be interested. So really it's not always a case of, trying to sell them something, especially on the first call. It's more or less just trying to, create some synergies between you, some common ground in which you can relate to them. I mean, say for example, you've known them for a couple of months, you've built up a really, really good relationship, then you can pitch towards your project and, things can really go from there. So again, I'm not saying that, in the first call, they're not going to come towards you, because essentially what you want to be doing is almost telling them what you do without sounding salesy. You don't want to be telling them, do you want to invest into this project? You want to be maybe talking about the project, talking about what you do in the industry, and then hopefully they will kind of catch on and then, find it really interesting that they'll hopefully get in contact with you, or they'll send you out to a few of their other friends in which they can also invest as well. So again, just to kind of go over that tip, and it's not really a tip in terms of finding the investors, more or less you're trying to convert them. And it's when you're on that first phone call with them, you don't want to be coming across salesy at all, because I can promise you, everyone knows it. Everyone knows what they sound like. You just want to come across friendly. You want to be hearing them a lot of the time. They want to be doing a lot of the talking, and you kind of, asking questions, being interested in what they're saying. And then you towards the end, just saying about what you do, and hopefully if they ask you a few questions, then that's great. You just don't really want to be pitching towards them on that first introductory call. So again, those are the 3 unique tips in this first episode of, the creative way to find investors. I mean, I hope you've really enjoyed it. I hope you've managed to find some different and unique ways in terms of finding investors. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like, and do consider dropping a comment if you have any unique ideas of your own. But until next Wednesday, we'll see you soon.